Carlos Rodon is having one of the worst starts to a Yankees career that I can remember in quite some time. The Dodgers, they had to replace Julio Urias in the rotation, and they almost got a perfect game out of it. 20-year-old super phenom Jordan Lawlar, he made his debut against the Cubs, and look at that defense. Also, Ronald Acuña Jr., he is so close to MLB's first ever 40-70 season. Now, before we talk about all of the games from yesterday, a quick little history kind of blast from the past moment. 25 years ago today, September 8th, 1998, Big Mac, he passed Roger Maris for the most home runs ever hit in a single season. Now, obviously, that's been passed by Barry Bonds, but I mean, at the time, this was crazy. And I'm bringing this up because MLB The Show, they are celebrating with a brand new 99 Big Mac and a brand new 99 Sammy Sosa. I still post MLB The Show almost every single day on Fuzzy Gaming, so do me a favor, go to Fuzzy Gaming, click subscribe. Because we're so close to 70,000 subscribers, I'll put my channel in the comments down below, so I'll see you guys over there. Let's get into the recap. Before we talk about Ronald Acuña Jr. and what could have been the worst pitch in MLB history, the Guardians faced off against the Angels, and Cal Quantrill, he returned from the IL and looked pretty dang good. Now he's facing the Angels and not even the Mike Trout Ohtani Angels. He went out there and tossed 6 shutout innings with 6 strikeouts. He was in line for a W after Cleveland finally scored some runs. You had one on a Josh Naylor single. There was another on a Ramon Laureano ground out. Former Angel Matt Moore, he allowed an RBI single to Brett Phillips, but Cleveland, they escaped that inning with just 1 run allowed, so it's 2-1 for Emmanuel Clase, and honestly, I fully expected this. He's not the same guy anymore. He is the most hittable relief pitcher in baseball right now, even though he throws a billion miles an hour. Rookie Kyron Paris, he ties it at 2, and then Randall Grichuk, he walks it off. Clase, he allowed 4 base hits and 1 walk. He's blown 7 saves. The 2023 Guardians team is the most pathetic Guardians team I've seen in a while. Everyone but Josh Naylor has regressed. Even J-Ram, I love the guy. He's hitting 246 in the second half. He's hitting 212 with runners in scoring position. You can't have that. I mean, unless the Guardians get saved by the baseball gods or whatever witchcraft they were pulling last year, they just don't win a lot of games. So go get some power bats, go get some bullpen arms, because you stink. This right here has to be the worst first pitch in the history of Major League Baseball. Like, what was Adam Wainwright doing? 83 miles an hour. That was a fastball, by the way. That was the definition of a cookie or a plate of spaghetti and meatballs. Hold the spaghetti. My God. Eddie Rosario, he knocked in 2 more. But look at the Cardinals. They tied it up for Adam Wainwright. Max Fried, he kind of imploded. He allowed a hit by pitch with the bases loaded and then a 2-run single to Tommy Edmonds. So now it's 3-3. Can Waino finally get win number 200? He has not won a game since July 24th, and it's not going to happen in this one. Matt Olson, he blasted off for the 47th time. That is 4 consecutive games now with the home run. He has a 155 OPS plus. Michael Harris, he's hitting 295 with 14 home runs and 20 stolen bases. Those are absolutely insane stats, but they're dwarfed by his buddy Ronald Acuña Jr. He just turned 25 years old, by the way. He's now hitting 331 with 34 home runs, 63 stolen bases, a 160 OPS plus. He has a legit chance at being the first ever 40-70 player. He's also leading baseball in runs scored, hits. I mean, just mind-melting what he's been doing this year statistically. Moving on over to the Marlins and the Dodgers game. Julio Urias, he was supposed to start this game, but because of some off-the-field actions, obviously, he's not playing. Rookie Ryan Pepiot, he started in replacement, and he tossed one of the best games of any LA starting pitcher this year. His offense gave him an early lead versus a red-hot Marlins team. I think the Marlins had won 6 straight coming into this one. But like I said, the offense kind of gave Ryan Pepiot some confidence. He got through 4 perfect innings, and the Dodgers offense, they broke it open even more offensively. Obviously, the offense. Freddie Freeman, he doubled for the 52nd time, and Eddie Rosario, he had Ahmed Rosario, sorry, he had a 2-run single. Chris Taylor, he drove in a second RBI of the night, making it 7-0 for Ryan Pepiot, who was perfect through 6 innings. He eventually allowed a hit in the 7th inning, but wow, was he special. 7 shutout innings, only 1 base hit allowed, no walks. Chris Taylor, he's actually heating up at the perfect time. That 3-run, 430-foot moonshot gave him 5 RBIs on the night, so back-to-back games with a home run. Now, we do have an update on Julio Urias. This came out as I was recording. Apparently, there is a video of him being a bad guy and pushing his wife up against a fence. So if that video comes out, yo, game over for Julio Urias. And honestly, I think it's game over without the video. That is a tough loss for the Marlins, because remember, Arizona is only a half game back of Miami in the wild card. So if Arizona wins this game, they'll kick Miami out for that final wild card spot. Tommy Pham and Ketel Marte, they were both about that action. Pham went 410 feet, and then Ketel Marte, he just barely beat that by 3 feet. 413 feet on a 2-run home run. Ketel is hitting 330 with 9 extra base hits and 11 RBIs over his last 15 games. Now, shifting gears to some defense, look at the 20-year-old super prospect Jordan Lawlar. He can pick it. He also has a hose piece He got there on a line. He helped out his pitcher Ryan Nelson to shut down a Cubs offense that isn't afraid of anyone. Nelson went almost 6 innings, 1 earned run, only 2 base hits allowed. He just really needs to find that arm slot and develop some consistency. Tommy Pham, is that a second one? He went yard again. That's back-to-back 3 RBI games for Tommy Pham. He's got 24 doubles, 15 home runs, 17 stolen bases, and a 120 OPS plus. He's going to get a bag in the offseason. Ketel Marte, he grabbed another RBI, and Paul Sewald, he grabbed his 31st save. It must have been really nice to be Paul Sewald yesterday because he got the save even though he only had to get 1 out. Again, that must be nice. So like I mentioned, the Marlins are now out. The Diamondbacks are in. The NL wild card, it's that crazy. Every single game for the rest of the year has to be treated like it's Game 7 of the World Series. Now, before we talk about the Yankees game, let's see what the top 2 teams in the AL wild card had in store for us. We had the Mariners and the Rays, kind of a battle of the tips of the country. Mariners up in the top left. The Rays are on the bottom right. Geography, right? That little RBI single from Mike Ford, yeah, that was it for the entire game. Zach Littell of the Rays, he gave up 1 run all night, but Luis Castillo and the Mariners bullpen, they were nasty. 6 shutout innings for Luis Castillo with 8 punch-outs. He has a 3.08 ERA and 191 strikeouts and 175 innings. He leads the AL in hits per 9. Who's going to win the AL Cy Young? Is it Garrett Cole, Sonny Gray, or is it Luis Castillo? Zach Littell, again, he kind of got hosed by Luis Castillo and the Mariners pitching staff. Littell went 8 innings, only 1 run allowed, but the bullpen with Campbell, Brash, and Munoz, they combined for 3 no-hit innings to close this one out. Andres Munoz, he's been pretty good in replacement of Paul Sewald. He struck out 2. He has 12 saves. The Mariners, they've won 2 in a row, and the Rays, they fall to 4 games back in the AL East. I don't know if the Yankees have buyer's remorse just yet, but Carlos Rodon is looking like Madison Bumgarner. I'm talking like 2022, 2023 Madison Bumgarner. Torkelson, he's been red hot, so maybe that's not the biggest deal. And Glaber, he's been red hot as well. He's hitting 340 with 18 extra base hits and an insane 1057 OPS over his last 32 games. But like I said, Rodon, he's been mad bum. Matt Vierling and Tyler Nevin, they doubled in a few more. And then Torkelson, he's arrived. Like, he's officially arrived. I'm knocking on wood. Spencer has 30 doubles, 27 home runs on the season, and he has 42 RBIs and an insane 915 OPS over his last 62 games. Rookie Everson Pereira, he's been awful, but I do want to show his 2 RBI double. The Yankees are giving him plenty of leash. Andy Ibanez, he got both of those runs back for the Tigers on a 2-run tater in the 8th inning. This game obviously doesn't really matter. I don't think that the Yankees are going to make a comeback, but both teams are looking towards the future for 2024. A lot of young guys are getting a lot of playing time, so who's going to be better first, the Yankees or the Tigers? Probably a stupid question, but the Tigers, they got some kind of sneaky building over there. Now back to Carlos Rodon real quick. In 10 starts as a Yankee, he has a 6.6 ERA. He's allowed 12 home runs in 10 starts, which is nuts. He's allowed 34 runs. He only has 41 strikeouts and 46 innings. In 2022, he was allowing 0.6 home runs per 9. That's, oh my God, 2.3 home runs per 9 in 2023. His strikeouts per 9 have fallen from 12 in 2022 to 8 in 2023. Everything that could go wrong for Carlos Rodon is going wrong. Also, combine that with Frankie Montas, who had a 6.4 ERA in his first 8 starts as a Yankee. Brian Cashman, he is getting cooked lately. I don't even know how he has a job. Nothing really changed in the AL wildcard standings, but if we go to the NL wildcard, we can see that the Marlins, they were kicked out by the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are a half game ahead of the Marlins and the Reds are a half game back of the Diamondbacks as well. So the NL wild card, again, every single game feels like Game 7. Also, I just want to let you guys know some of the stat leaders in baseball. So Matt Olson, he is way ahead with 47 home runs. Blake Snell, he's still number 1 with a 2.5 ERA. Who's going to win the NL Cy Young, him or Justin Steele? RBIs, look at Matt Olson with 116. Emmanuel Clase, I mean, that's a fake 38 saves. He's just lucky that the Guardians offense is so terrible, so he gets so many save opportunities. Ronald Acuña Jr., he's number 1 in base hits, number 1 in stolen bases. But look at Esteury. He's coming back. He's got 58 already. All right, today's Immaculate Grid, I'm going to go with an A and a Cardinal that everyone knows and loves because we talked about him at the beginning of today's video, and it's kind of just a milestone moment. Mark McGwire with 40%. My rating score is cooked. A 200 strikeout season for the Cardinals. I'm just going to go ahead and risk it. He's one of my favorite players ever. Chris Carpenter, 17%. Look at me go. A 200 strikeout season for the Orioles. I'm going to go Mike Mussina just because I feel like that's going to be... Oh, that was the easy pick. My goodness. A 200 strikeout season for the Twins. Didn't Sonny Gray do that last year? Actually, I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go with someone that I know for a fact is in this club. Johan Santana. Yo, today is not a good rarity score day. All right, who's played for the A's and the Orioles? Didn't Trevor Plouffe play for both teams? Actually, I don't think Trevor played for the Orioles, but I'm pretty sure he played for the A's and the Twins. So I'm going to go with fellow content creator Trevor Plouffe. I think he's, yep, 5%. Look at me go. Trying to think who was on the Brewers and the Twins, or the Brewers and the Orioles. I mean, there's got to be, I don't think Carlos Gomez was ever on. Wait, oh, Carlos Gomez. I think he started his career with, was it like him and Buxton were supposed to be the guys? I'm pretty sure he was on both. 12%. Okay, that's way higher than I thought it was going to be. Brewers and Cardinals, I feel like Brad Miller might fit this. I'm going to go Brad Miller because he played for a bunch of different teams. And if I get this wrong, I'm going to hate myself. 0.4%. Look at me go. The Brewers and the Baltimore Orioles, I'm thinking Luis Urias, but I think I'm confusing him and his brother because he has a brother, Luis. Oh, no, wait. Ramon. There's Ramon and then there's Luis. I don't think that Luis played for both teams. A's and the Orioles. A's and the Orioles. Have they ever made trades? I can't remember if, like, Chris Carter. Did Chris Carter ever play for the Orioles? I don't remember. There was that Shintaro trade, but I feel like Shintaro might be a... You know what? Because my rarity score is cooked already, I might as well just go with Shintaro Fujinami. And, oh, 10%. Okay. A lot of people forgot about Shintaro. He got traded. And then the only person I'm thinking, like, the only guy that's coming to my head for the Orioles and the Brewers is Wade Miley. I'm almost positive, not Wade Wiley, Wade Miley. I'm almost positive he played for the Orioles, but I'm kind of risking it right now. He did. I appreciate you guys watching until the end. If you did, a reminder, I do post MLB The Show almost every single day. Fuzzy Gaming. We're trying to get 100,000 subs, but I'll be content with 70,000 subs. I'll catch you guys over there. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.